Okay, let's get back over to Mark and talk about this heat that's on the horizon.
One thing that's, well, two things that are very different this time. Well, maybe there's 3 or 4 things now that I think about it, but we're not going to hit 100.
Okay.
But we could get close on Saturday. We're going to go 96 Saturday. It could be a notch or 2 warmer. One other big thing, especially these next 2 days, very dry, the driest heat we've had so far this season. So we're going to get an easterly wind. That's always a dry heat for us. So we're definitely not calling either of the next 2 days first alert weather days. Saturday is kind of marginal. We're thinking we're not going to call it a first alert weather day. That said, it'll be a notch or 2 warmer than Friday. We could get some clouds that keep us in the mid-90s. We'll see how it goes. But how much humidity? Yeah, this is just a good kind of graph that shows you. It's actually something we call dew point. We try not to say that very often. Makes the bosses cringe sometimes. But normal summertime, it was in the 50s for us, just right in here in this range. This is this evening all the way through Saturday night. And you notice these next 2 days actually is drier than our normal summertime humidity. It does come up to normal, but it's never humid all the way through Saturday while it's hot. So that's a good thing. The other thing is tomorrow we've got some east wind arriving with the heat. It won't be hot at first when the wind arrives, but that'll help warm things up. When the wind comes down, there it is. When it comes through the gorge and comes down off the Cascades, the air compresses like when you pump up a bicycle tire, it warms up. And you can see that classic signature. We see it sometimes in the winter with that wind coming out of the gorge, kind of mainly running into like Happy Valley, Milwaukee, and then up towards into the Multnomah area there and Lake Oswego. So not a strong wind, but you'll notice it. It'll be a breezy day in these areas. And the wind goes calm or very light on Friday. Friday will be a calmer day, and Saturday looks like a pretty calm wind day as well. We do not expect any sort of damaging east wind. That's why we're not worried about, there are no public power safety shutoffs coming up. So that's good news. Satellite and radar, though, I want to show you. Well, there's nothing on radar, really, but big area of high pressure just offshore. That sinking air, it's going to gradually move over us the next 3 days. That's why temperature's warm. Now, tonight will still be chilly. Actually, 55 here in the city, but that means some upper 40s will lower some of these temps probably. I think we'll be in the 40s in Hillsborough and Battleground and out in Gresham. As for the cloud cover, totally sunny tomorrow. You see the easterly wind, so what will that do for the temps on the coast? Look at that, into the 80s on the north coast tomorrow. Low 90s here in the valleys. It'll take a while to get up to the low 90s since we're starting in the 50s, of course. Then on Friday, a little quicker rise in the temps, mid-90s. Could there be some upper 90s in the central and south valley? Possibly. Our model is showing some high clouds showing up Saturday. If this actually occurs, this will keep us from getting above 95 on Saturday if this were to happen. We'll see about that. We still have a light offshore flow, though, on Saturday, so still plenty warm, but the coast is cooling down on Saturday. All right, so all sunny tomorrow. Hot evening commute. Otherwise, it's not really hot until about 3 p.m. So I wouldn't call it a hot day. Noon, it's still only around 80 degrees. Northeast wind gust to 30 midday and into the afternoon. The wind dies down on Friday. Saturday is calm as well. Overnight lows do creep up into the low 60s here in the city. And then the 7-day forecast. What do we have here? Well, Sunday, still very warm, but I think we'll stay below 90. And then Monday, a big push of ocean air, patchy drizzle, clouds, some sunshine. Good barbecue weather in the afternoon, though. And then morning clouds and a little bit of a warm-up again Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Nora and Pete.